Hey guys, this is Simon Geek. Today I have Chaos Gamer with me. Today's Geek Talk is going to be about Linux. Now, Chaos is a, fairly new Linux user, would you say? Like, using Linux a lot?
It's actually been my main OS for about a month and a half.
Yeah, so he's been, using Linux a lot lately, but you weren't, like, a major Linux prehend, right?
No,
He was a major Windows user.
for the majority of my lifetime, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've used Red Hat when I was about 8 years old, and I've been using Mac OS 8.6 before that. I've been fairly multi-plat for most of my life. And, you know, today we're going to talk about about switching to Linux. Chaos Gamer is switching from XP to Linux currently, and, he hasn't had too many problems. Go ahead, Chaos, tell us about your experience.
So far my experience with Ubuntu so far has been nothing but improvement as far as upgrading from Windows is concerned, because I haven't had any bugs or glitches other than me trying to run World of Warcraft in Ubuntu, and I fixed those bugs just by tweaking a few things. The thing is with Linux is it's your operating system, and they don't care what you do to your operating system because it's your you can do it. They can do whatever you can do whatever the hell you want with it. It's my distro,
And
right?
explain how you feel about switching from Windows.
I think I should have done it like 10 years ago.
And
I'm serious.
explain to them how it's not really as hard as people think?
It's really not. I mean, to install programs, you look up how to do it on like the internet and shit. You follow the steps and you install things either through the terminal or a .deb file. A .deb file is basically the Windows equivalent to an exe, and then you're good. You can run the program. It's in your applications bar.
And your experience with Wine?
My experience with Wine has been a bit shaky for certain programs like Xfire because it's a Windows-only program, and it's searching for games on a C drive, and of course it's a virtual C drive, so it's just searching, and then it basically gets the gray screen. But that's the only program I've had problems with. I mean, I've run World of Warcraft in Ubuntu. Right now I'm running World of Warcraft at 35 frames per second, which is good for running virtual Windows. I'm playing it right now. I'm trying to get a screen cap, but apparently it's not working too well.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets his screen cap so we can put it as the video. Now, so far, do you think Linux is a very stable operating system? Like, you didn't know too much about Linux a couple months ago.
I didn't.
And now, what's your opinion on it?
It's
Versus
the best
then.
OS I've used.
Versus then. Like, what did you think about Linux before you started actually using it?
I thought it was just something that I would never use. I thought it would just be a temporary fix for me until I fix my Windows. I was like one of those stupid people that thought you couldn't play games on Windows, which I'm obviously wrong. Face self-palm.jpg. Basically, I've been a big Linux user the past month and a half. I mean, I should have done this years ago. I mean, I used Mandrake Linux about a year ago, which really pulled me away from Linux because Mandrake just sucks. It's like one of the only distros I'll never use again. And then about maybe 6 months later, I used Fedora 8, but then my computer crashed, like everything on it, and like my hard drives got fucked up because I was moving it, and nothing happened to the actual hard drive. It's just the hard drive corrupted basically.
All right, we're gonna get Silvernix on here, so be right back. Oh, and now we have Silvernix join us. Now he is a very, very new Linux user, and this is about the first month where he's actually used Linux as a semi-primary OS. So go ahead, Silvernix, tell us your experiences and how it is different from Windows, and what switchers can expect.
All right. Well, first of all, it starts out like this. The first comparison when you get from Windows, from Linux, well, specifically Ubuntu, is the fact that you're actually getting more than you'll ever get on Ubuntu. I mean, like you get, basically, compared to Windows, you're getting what? You're getting the OS, you're getting the Office suite, you're getting a whole bunch of programs all for free, where Windows will make you pay over about what? $200, $300 for these programs.
Yeah,
so it's definitely a good investment.
You have to pay $300 for Office.
Right, exactly. And aside from that too, what I like best is everything is there. And if it's not there, it's simply a couple of clicks and it goes on the internet and gets it for you. I mean,
Yep.
it's that good.
You see, Linux, unlike Windows, is more internet dependent. And
Yeah.
you see, with Windows, you expect everything as an exe file. You expect this, that, and the other. With Linux, you have to have really an internet connection, or otherwise it'd be like rendered useless.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's why I think RDK switched.
Yeah. And Linux itself, there's just thousands of different options. Linux is a very, very good OS in my opinion. The only reason I haven't switched 100% is because, Macs are just better at video editing and video processing and just...
Well, I mean, if you have a good program, you can edit it probably better than Mac, but you just gotta find a program that works for you.
No.
Right.
Apple is actually the best at video stuff. Linux is good second place, though. Like, the movie Toy Story, that was made on Linux.
Yep. For the day, man, that was innovative.
Yeah. I don't know which distro they use. I think they used Red Hat. I'm not sure though. So overall, what advice would you have for switchers? Because a lot of people think it's a really hard thing to use when they first get into it. So what advice would you have for people getting into Linux right now?
Well, let me just clarify that right now. You said a lot of people think it's really hard to jump different OSs. Yeah, it kind of is. Only because like a lot of people expect to be using this, work the OS the same way they work their old OS. When that's not the case. When you're jumping to a new OS, the Mac is not like Windows. Ubuntu is not like the Mac or a PC. And same thing, the PC is not like the Mac or Ubuntu. And
Everything's different.
I mean, exactly. I mean, if you're going to Ubuntu, get ready to learn. That's one thing I say. If you're the person who likes everything handed to them, then don't. By all means, don't. Because then you'll be calling me, asking me for assistance while I'm trying to do my own shit. And,
Yeah. I mean, just look up tutorials on the internet. That's how I get my shit done.
That's why I tell people, if they don't want to be on Windows and they want a user-friendly OS, definitely buy the Mac.
Yeah.
And Ubuntu is definitely a user-friendly OS as far as my experience is going.
Well,
Yeah, I've had no problems with Ubuntu for the most part.
Yeah, but as a very, very user-friendly OS, get the Mac.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
I find Macs easier to use than Windows.
Because you've used them for so long. I mean, other people that have been using Windows ever since, like, 95 aren't going to switch that easily.
Yeah. I'm completely done with Windows. I haven't used Windows in 9 months.
Congrats, man. I'm still trying to go my first month.
So, yeah. Well, any other things you'd like to say about Linux, guys?
Go ahead.
I basically have one thing to say. Like, installing things through the terminal or .deb files. Like, basically the Windows equivalent to an exe is a .deb file. And installing things through the terminal is basically installing programs through the internet and not even having to go through the whole install thing. When you install things through the terminal, everything goes to your applications window and they're categorized for you, so it's really easy to use.
For Windows gamers, that's kind of it works similar to Stream, the way it installs.
Yeah.
And actually, Mr. Chaos Gamer here got World of Warcraft to install on Linux.
Yep, and it works too. I'm getting like 35 frames right now.
Really?
On Ubuntu running virtual Windows.
Through Wine, but he edited it a bit. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. If anyone wants to talk to us, just talk to us through the comment box. We'll try our best to get back to you. Samuel, Silvernix, and Chaos Gamer, we're gone.